Yamo bibi akwaba Mbra Mega TV and platform we eso. Abusiafo Charles Macarcthy ache na adwen ediafa Gertrude Tokonu Anabaseki Araba, former Chief Justice and former Supreme Court Judge. In fact, Nina a remover I could Yura John Germany Mahama petition could in Sema and Amso a man forward my Council of State and as a Elders of State and a Bibisa or Motanasi or Mushima every chair mode a copy court and as a omoti ba sukubia ewie ya asem no ebubo na maami otifino nse yatise wasan edi letter bi akọ senka omunhwe mema no na nkaja yewra John Germany Mahama consider no ntumi Supreme Court judge abusuafo emra ne de emra se ne mu na munim no na wasan a react to dollar to the city rate ene na yinim se dollar no in fact city na bua afa no so ama Ghana ye city ne ho agina ne ho so ankasa na nkomodidie bebre na akoso bre okopiem wo Kesben Ziega Kwame Frimpong na Kwame Frimpong Ziega shows Ziega stake yenko 19 ni bi remember say Kwame Frimpong Ziega a hypocrite adebiano opese ode tribal efa politics ho yentin ni bi ekobe beto so
they should add Osahene to his name
good because
to say or your Osahene
good
on the next year
I was say or your Osahene
and I've not
he's
said
leading the minority as a so would discerning but you see no Osahene
but you see so is it my making
no
so what this Osahene will win ba who their co parliament is yam fanka wodin ho meba so I'm not wrong or am I wrong
oh there be team me be me kire say or your Osahene e will win ba Jamaica what say chieftaincy act the chair say the divisional the hierarchy of the chiefdom say dinidima ebia including for a Venezuela and Koswahene you bought tribe bia
the act say the chieftaincy and the traditional authorities are not engaged in partisan politics
but ono dia nye eya ontimenya politics
na chieftaincy in your classroom
but you see to be
me ba traditional authority classroom class be no one class 1 and 2
say any so
you made reference to the Chieftaincy Act. Maybe I was there.
Or your warlord, a traditional council. Now, okay, Chieftaincy Act. Or say there shall be Asantehene and the paramount chiefs. They come to the divisional chiefs. No about divisional chiefs. No about sub chiefs.
Okay.
Now about a decru. So a decru no say. Wasaka say anaso ni bia Chieftaincy Act in recognizing it the recognition ebine sahene yebo enkosohene yebo ne sanoma
and this are recognizing they are want to mean politics the act duly recognizes him and on the title
you can obetime atwode akọ
you get it I am not interested in writing to because Macarcthy will say Ghana's parliament is a crime scene do you get it and into I'm not surprised that Nema Bisa ACC in the house no more yet the makers of our laws. That's to obit me contravening laws in the house and it does not prick the conscience of parliament. I wouldn't be the one to waste my energy to go there. Abra minim say issues that parliament in Nankasa take is to be investigated to the date. They have never been able to come out of it.
Okay.
Yewa ena Kennedy any mutakano munya issue privileges committee. What has come out of it? Yewa Kennedy and Chairman Sabonsu privileges committee. Shriamfi mama and bebre na course of parliament wa shriamfi mama. Yet have parliament ya nedi e kakaguye so. Bra yebre omone sign they pass the laws to plunge us into poverty, into difficulty. These are my bases. So enya no kra enya parliament ne pass e-levy Was it not the same parliament that passed 2022? Approved forest.
Yanko 120 days.
Parliament we are now approves Yanra forest in Kotu good. Me wa.
Yeah.
Na anya crime scene. I'm coming. Ziega. Afenyon chechemu se do mama petetem. Now in his understanding of Article 146 process no ma trigger no. It is akin to Mahama wanting a third term. Enunti and no pese yes Chief Justice because it is the Supreme Court and a interpretation. If I go by this logic, it accentuates my long-standing view. Say obi obe appointed judge biano, it will control over that judge. This is a phenomenon saying. Say who pursue we be was Supreme Court, change the Chief Justice, and you can do it.
Yeah.
So the independence of the judiciary has been called into question. Say the judiciary, yes, say independent, and independent. Ziega, that means to say President Akufo-Addo yi Charlotte say fee hono, no per second term. Meba.
Yeah.
Is that can I say so?
Oh, now we call it casa.
No. A logic. Meba. And based on Afenyo's premise, can I also say Akufo-Addo wanting the second term? That was why he took out or he removed Charlotte say any the two deputies are now. But can I say that? You see, I believe that people going to study law and those who are called to the bar, who want to practice law, Ghana bar for some money prayer, they should make it a prerequisite requirement before the ban so called psychiatric hospital. Now this certificate be justify say you are clean. What dream emu daho. And sana because as a lawyer you must be consistent. Your reasoning must be clean. People sitting outside must see say we are sound in reasoning. We shouldn't have challenges when you're finding your reason to be out of place.
Eti afenoma can so ku psychiatric ana. Sana person che.
Mr. Ghana, it's a general recommendation to Ghana Bar Association.
So on what you know the
General Legal Council
said. It is a didn't know what cancer said.
Member honum Ziega.
No, you save that.
I'm not saving.
I'm just save the upcoming ones that you are about to see. I'm saying is in Kofo share on TV, and you say is Ghana Bar Association. Yeah. Before you call be to the bar, I see a man called psychiatric hospital. Yeah, question that demand. And I'm saying it didn't know what cancer.
Because too many mad people walking about as lawyers.
It been why.
Say you just sound, your argument and just sound.
It been why.
No, but try. I said you want to force it out of my mind.
I'm not forcing it.
Yes, allow me to go ahead.
Right.
Ghana Bar Association. On the 24th of April, 2025, it's still the public statement. Mewa, a catcher yen say, process now president no more facile in the removal of the Chief Justice. So far, so very good. There was nothing wrong. And to be under them and follow process. Everybody should adhere to the law. Mewa, 2 days on, 26th of the same April 2025, almost a media conference. And from the media conference, 47 people that voted, I said, President should revoke the suspension of Mundiama Chief Justice in line with Article 146 without any quotation of law. It was not based on law. So if you are sound, will you do that? Ziega, case being muti, Ziega, if you have a decision to take a 24th, now Sunday, this is Sunday program there will be a general program of Kesmi on Sunday. Would you take a decision today only to go and reverse it on Sunday?
You go ahead.
So what dream that what dream we sound that you wait and go to that media review conference, you go and put it before the conference, because the conference this thing should be one of the highest decision making body. So and our leadership you have a meeting of this nature, you will go to them and go and seek clearance before. You don't do it for them to come and negate it. By so doing, you have brought the name of the bar into public disrepute, and enough grounds for your removal. What I say, many our lawyers are and now no more court. A court defend the inclusion of Justice Jew, as a former MPP parliamentary candidate on the Supreme Court bench. The same crop of lawyers at tenure Mohone say Justice Bafuboni cannot be part of a Supreme Court bench simply because in their mind he is a beneficiary of the process. How? Abra Wunim say Justice Paul Bafuboni was at this bench and Sana Tokonu was made Chief Justice over Paul Bafuboni. At that time, you didn't talk about seniority on the bench. But today, shamelessly, because you don't have sound mind, you want to go and stand before the Supreme Court and canvass this argument. Now, if you say, me, I'm a teacher, I'm serious.
Okay. Am I Ghana? Yes, Ghana Bar Association for Armor Resolution. Okay, I'm coming. You, Mr. Sapamati. Ghana Bar Association. Now, Kasana will say the Ghana Bar Association, Article 146. Oman yine bibiaso, and no more catcher or man penny. Yes. Okay, so the Ghana Bar Association resolution or say withdrawal of directive on assignment of courts and for and a date for newly filed cases and applications, and also suspension of Chief Justice. They are not talking about the removal of the Chief Justice. They are talking about anything say first one. Also almost second one, almost say they are not tiase. One, yes, they think that Omanpeni has the right, according to the article 146, to remove the Chief Justice. If the Chief Justice but the second one here, the suspension of the Chief Justice, not the removal of the Chief Justice. There are two. And no matter the quantity, the Omanpeni should reverse the suspension of the Chief Justice.
What is that?
One, I said the Ghana Bar Association calls for the immediate revocation of the suspension of the Chief Justice, as it considers the suspension to be unconstitutional. Consider the fact that the president, who is not a judge or judicial officer, exercised discretion to suspend the Chief Justice under Article 146 Clause 10 of the Constitution in the absence of a published constitutional instruments, instruments or regulations governing the exercise of his said discretion required by Article 296 of the 1992 Constitution.
Ziega, what my basis? Let me tell you why this basis hold not water. Ghana Bar Association was in this country when Article 146 was used against Henrietta Lamte of Stratbourne. Was there publication of rules and regulations? No. Did you hear Ghana Bar Association? Never.
This is different.
This is not different. It is not different. I don't like. How different is it? Or exercising discretional power if you are not a judge. President Atamos Abresomeboa, as it John Mama Neyi Henrietta Lamte, as a president, he received the petition. Was he not a president? He was a president then. When Henrietta Lamte was removed, when Akufo-Addo was removing Charlotte Osei and two others, was Akufo-Addo not a president? Was he a judge?
And they say
did he publish
Article 55 that removed the
146.
The Article 55
146.
There you remove your fairness.
And 55.
The electoral audit.
It is not 55.
The electoral commission issue is different from where you Chief Justice.
No, you see, you are getting it wrong.
The same.
It is not the same
process.
See,
but they are different positions altogether.
When you ask me a question, let me tell you what I know. Ziega, let me tell you what I know. Article 146. Yes, so you won't correct me because what you are saying is not a correction. It's a confusion.
It's not confusion.
It is.
Deputy, Beba.
Oh, Article 55. Nobody used Article 55 to remove anybody.
You made us to understand, say.
Yes.
You made us to understand, say. The Ghana Bar Association, they should seek a psychiatric attention. And I may say, Ubisa say, Ade. And I'll say, Oma Kase Miunu. And I'm saying, Miunu, ne dinner day. Oh, say, the Ghana Bar Association, initially, almost in support of what the president is doing. Fine. And I also say, can one Massa say, Oman Penina ye Chief Justice ne yin no Omon Tiase. It means that Omo confuse this country. That is why they want to see you want them to see this. And I say, asem na o kana o fa ne tra no. Two things that they are talking about. Two things that you are talking about. I'm not arguing with you.
What are the two things?
The two things they say. One.
As of 24th April, now President has suspended Chief Justice. She was suspended. So what is the point?
And I may say, the Ghana Bar Association say they are not against the removal of the Chief Justice.
It's not the removal.
That is what we said.
Let me ask you.
That is what we said. Initially,
go back and remove you. As we are speaking per Article 146. And I will far by say. Ghana Bar 4C, who cited Ghana Bar 4C Article 296, exercising discretionary power, where if you are not a judicial officer, there shall be a published rules and regulations governing that process. And Namibisa will say, in this country, Henrietta Lamte was removed from office, went through suspension and what have you. Ghana Bar never raise that question of a judicial and non-judicial officer exercising discretionary power without regulations, without published regulations. We were here when Akufo-Addo removed Charlotte Osei and two others. A non-judiciary officer removing people without published regulations. The bar kept quiet.
Good. And I'm not arguing with you on that.
But you said the process are different. How different are they?
Let me tell you, say, and your kasana udi kakasa. Go back and listen to yourself.
I've listened to myself.
No, you said that the Ghana Bar Association are against the remover. And almost as some they are talking about two things. One, they are not against the remover, but they are against the suspension of. And I will say the suspension in there. And I made sure at the quintia almost say, you suspended the Chief Justice.
In your mind.
Not my mind.
In your mind, what they are saying, does it make sense to you?
Oh, that is up to you. Oh, now,
but that is what I'm saying. You don't want me to say. So allow me to say it. So you won't say it. Let me say my things and go away.
It was too titty. My goodness. Two things. There
are not two things. There's no confusion.
One, why interchanging the
Can I come in?
What one thing?
You know, number two.
Can I come in?
Because Ghana Bar Association, I don't want you to establish this here. Say they are against the removal of the Chief Justice. What they haven't said it anyway.
They are.
Oh my goodness.
Ghana Bar Association is against the process.
24 hours. Let's
go. Resolutions no mudiabano is against the process, and that must be put on record.
Process but not remover. Process but not remover. What is the difference between the remover and the process?
What's the essence of the process?
What is the essence of the process? And I'm ready to the resolution that they post. There is the resolution on the buying. And what's an
you can't separate the remover from the suspension.
I don't get it.
It is a procedural process.
A process.
I get it.
If you're against the process, it means you're against everything the president is doing.
No, if the president's now, okay, before I start, let me take this opportunity.
No, go ahead.
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and Amadeus Day Bano, so me fa Sakwa Queen, so in Chia, Mampany Ebedi, na Masachia Momi, so. There may a train say, yen to me, Chief Justice, no. without his suspension because it can processes ne ho. What you say? Enti say GBA ewo concerns about the suspension no. What are the basis upon which they are calling her restoration? Because I was so stepping aside. For instance, say NI
146 clause 10. Penny to me say process ne go to me suspended.
Yes.
But there's something that it needs to give Oman Penny that immunity to do it. That is what the Ghana Bar Association is talking about. They are not against but the constitution, they are lawyers.
Ziega,
yeah, Baka, go ahead.
What Mr. Ghana Bar say? That is it the president who have to publish that thing?
Publish what?
The regulations, you know. In exercising of Article 146, 10, is it the president's role, duty in the law to publish it?
To publish, to do, you can publish, I mean, to open.
So there must be published regulations governing that exercise of that discretionary power.
It's a legal process.
And the president necessarily, is it the president that will have to do it?
That's according to Ghana Bar Association.
Is the president necessarily,
I cannot tell. But the Ghana Bar Association for the name they make.
And I may be sound. Yeah, didn't come on.
Ghana Bar Association ni.
Ziega, you have opinions of matters in this country.
Yeah,
didn't come on.
Many Ghana Bar Association ni. Many Ghana Bar, many law. But the information about the bar. And
they fail to provide whose duty is it to do the publication.
No, before that scrap, no, me who say Ghana Bar Association. Currently, no, more double standards. Just like now, AYÄKA, no, because in the very same country, AYÄKA, an incident happens, and then an EC is taken off without Ghana Bar Association commenting on the wrong practice by a government they aligned with. Let's not forget, say, in 24, AYÄKA kasabi say, aba ye di botechi no, and one ye di boba. What I say? Inti embra ye di akufuado amembo no. Sambra na has the constitution changed? No, let me ask you. Constitution assassin. Processes I was say femu no assassin na. Adentina na omoye those things those days no Ghana Bar Association no biankasa. Sisiano all of a sudden they become the mouthpiece of the opposition party. A modern instrumental opposition party no e use to fight the system.
So bebao. Ghana Bar Association for no more now over omuni na ifo.
Me nkase omuni na but let me tell you, when the wind moves into a certain direction or moves a certain direction, Senframano ebofa baby a ho na chaff neko. So nim sa. Apparently no, omo leader no. Onya politically motivated and only political alignment or political alignment. Are you getting me? It is politics.
It defeats where you know the Ghana Bar Association aligning themselves with another political party because the Ghana Bar the Ghana Bar Association out of 47 out of 5,000 GBA members and a passe that resolution. It took Ghana Bar Association. They said the AYÄKA the leader now aligned to a political party. Say AYÄKA Traban. And they say AYÄKA there's some people clean analysis devoid of political politics. Let's show people say we are Ghanaians. What I'm saying is that AYÄKA and AYÄKA Traban. Yes, say omwa the otisisiano. Obia maame na otisisiano. They are no contesting we were told to say label him as NDC person, but they are also part of
they label him as what?
NDC person. Me say you are not contesting, any Ghana bar association for dosu and no money na NPP for. But yet they have passed the resolution. A 2% chairman said the NDC for no nina ka ho no ma pass that resolution. And I make sure said let us do away with the political you know.
You can't take away even in our own household. Their political place. They are me patron say even yen efie umbano unkola mu ofie no. O relationship and our movement but there is politics in the house.
I like the idea now.
You cannot
I like the idea now. Can say the Ghana Bar Association. You Madam Charlotte was saying you do not hear from them.
Yes.
That's fantastic. But what can say Ghana Bar Association align themselves with
make us say me me patron say I didn't in this particular situation. Omo impofri mu ehurejina.
Understood.
No na sa idea no and na me person made it to across.
But me person obeka say Ghana Bar Association for na allow me set a political party.
Aside that no.
Good.
And there. And aside that no. Last 2 years, last 3 years, issues in kakra bi ekokoso. For instance, police Nina CJ use ni political ni constitutional authority abuse no. What did the GBA come to say about Amankashwe? What you say?
I know the primer faci no.
Account
and it will be determined by the people that
right now right now
public court of a year.
Yes, right now me just me antecedents of nyama na nka me expect some come be responded to. What you say?
Yeah.
Tama parliament any Supreme Court nya banter over legal issues omo commanding speaker so on reinstate ngofua constitutionally no more have precedents and as antecedents of the same matter no should Ghana Bar ambeka hwe Ghana Bar anka hwe nwayekom na sende mo sorry impofri mu na mo uye dede bla 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 omuni MPP phone na dede na omuni MPP phone na dede na mameka bibi nkyere MPP phone no na Ghana Bar Association phone no enyum fufuro bi aba omo say ye friend say Kimpaluta na boy excuse me mami mboro Kimpaluta ne west no o say yate mo bla 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 ble mo ko so nyam dede no na enko foko because CJ Nangasa enekan no matter the noise you make the law is the law etino say your man na say why wadwin say eko benkum a mun kasa na eko ni mfade a mo be kasa ye ntwema mo
me no ya adwene ne de me ne
ye ntwema mo etino omkoso nyom dede na so enko foko because yakopon ehiraen what we are thinking
na me ehira hwan mo
we ehiraen NDC for
okay
we ehiraen because ohwe amambu a say Bible mami quote Bible kakra say when the ungodly rules a nation the nation perishes until those 8 years now ye twegu no perishing pa because an ungodly person pa na dey so ontie oman no ni su ontie nkwala ni su ontie Ghana fosu but nyakopon asese mamaye what you say it will share the way and try etogu ye super it was during 120 days of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama government no wow share analysis ni assessment yi okay economy no people voted on the economy right now tell me what is a dollar no yatiti to say who what
is about for
fuel hey dollar no
yeah beto about na 16.7 say about 13.2
e dey to ye beto about no musa atumu fuel crash so musa so ye den atumu wo ena san we ni neti no momo fa sa dede no embe distract Ghanaians omo fa me spoil ye feeling to celebrate the kind of liberation aba amagana for sisi a businessmen aboso kai for ni na omo ni aji for baby hey mama yadio oh yes and I say yes in penny for cars and bia in penny for mass and bia anywhere enim sankofa yenchi na his excellency John Dramani Mahama atonebo etie Ghana fosun asese edwuma no ato hono ye inyama edi fahudie ebebre Ghana for not just the living standards no because if the fundamentals are weak now mo kan here no almost the exchange rate will what expose you now ex vice president Mahmoud Bawumia ombra no me kire say what are the fundamentals now and is the exchange rate exposing us because right now no even market ejom kra anyama start e baba form. This is proper governance. We have governed the country in a way the effect has trickled down into the life of the populace. What you say? Sisi anu omo mo ko university first year we yedi no free fees stress policy aba first years no
we almost started.
Oh ya launch ya starting I started in the sense say omo go tua omo sika no omo go tua omo sika no it will be reimbursed and I say omo be sanso aire e dey tua o next year no amount it ya idea I started what you say the other thing is say aban no abua bebre in saving the public purse. Ex-President Akufo-Addo the 128 ministers and ebu o man no. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say yet mean to aban sika engusa. Yes, there are school of thought amka say wa merge ministries wa collapse bi and odi ebi abeka ho. But mama che obibi minister bako omo appointing minister bako a on be man no Land Cruiser bako on be man Camry bako sisi a Toyota Land Cruiser price $150 $150,000 who convert ba Ghana scheme about that's about $60 na ba fom kakra you know about almost 1.8 million Ghana cedis one car. Camry also is about $80,000 and also convert here 1 point something we save sika. Aside that no minister be wo cook be wo driver be wo PA be wo technical advisor
aside that kwana on say Macarcthy omanpanyin portrait na see enfam mo institutions no on say this time around farmer contract yes we be corporate
yes saving cost it we protecting the public purse and this is what governance and leadership is about.
Okay,
what you say?
All right,
ma me fa bi nka ho
yenya ina imebazisia mame just have you mebazisia onu say nyame adom a Sunday be kaka cho say there will be Mother's Day here, but before that no ene
akoso bebre no because I find it dangerous say a reputable union to see organized labor between a flimsy claims without data backing it to the extent say a minority leader of parliament would also want to run to town with it. Appalling. No more catch say okay per the data at ending 2024 na stability level no say na net of net see na asasi say na say and now by within 4 months this number of land and acres asaya ka ho and so stability level no asasa you'll be making sense. You'll be speaking to the good people of Ghana and not politics. So my disappointment in TUC and organized labor keeps growing. My care no no. Na my bad dollar debate. Utie voice pop my na a mixed reaction. And you know sanity obia one interest. Obia on your bekanafa. NDC in 120 days. Yama Ghana frontier says of the 25 in Yamana President Macarcthy Ghana for so obeyano. Not dollar we see a betchina see what's on the tiano. Then come. Do you get it?
Yeah.
It was not part of it. That's what I say.
Yeah.
But why? You see, say or no na ye. Say enyo no na ye. To say nyaman for kaso the global trade war between China and US, you know, a whole dividend and all repeat and what have you. Now, my bisa me won't say as to my before no. Are we always happy say we be caught bonny? Na yenya dia ka asema na asede because yeti ha and a COVID-19 my COVID-19 esiwo China Wuhan ne started yeah. A hunsun swanso no e bo Ghana e sini China for nagasa apart from nipa dodo mu wu more than ye no ye ya bo hun kada so tua COVID level be si ne so as ye and no ye dia ye excuses say enunti na dollar na e kosoro me boa
yeah
enu ensem bebre enti say ne another global issue about baby na say ye nya ho mfaso dia ziga anka eboni enye o say ene si ye celebrate so ka ya boy twam under COVID ene de ye so ye ho ato ye ho hehan ye but because of politics ye mpese ye be kan okra damfo ziga ena ye kan say dollar na ko 25 cedis Anka, you be blaming Trump. Are we going to blame Trump?
We'll
blame the NDC.
Yes.
We'll blame John Dramani Mahama.
Absolutely.
So we take it over and a dollar through 25. So a banner dollar and through 25.
They got 13.
No, got 13. Why can't he take the credit? I don't know, fat credit na enye. You see, Galam said, yeah. Course, young Kazo Galam said the amount for nebe to Tuntino and the Mayam Fasubonu more NDC. Meboa. But I know the NDC and Abana Galam said the Yana Koso, but dollar no call for ma and NDC. Yankupon betray biaka. Said an numatia.
According to the measure of the works.
That is what the Bible said. So he will pay everybody according to your output.
Politics there. Yeah, Kasa and why very careful.
Me say Nyankopon na say e wo trokunku numu. So obetua obia kase na nyumatie. Enti obia bejibi. Say wo ye TUCO, wo ye hwan yo, you be di wa ketua send the
deputy.
But that's what I'm saying.
We use the word akatua no a. And radio deputy. Radio ye TV. We sanwa access like ubodua.
What is the words of the Bible?
But
I repeated exactly what the Bible said.
But only the Bible. Psalms a be a case.
And when you say
any holy case, it be a holy case. It's a case or Bible, which is not sometimes a be near for radio. It bet me a kuchini they will answer to God. I will understand it. But say
Tron see one Fabian Kana won't you be in film. I will not add to the word, neither will I remove from the word. I will repeat the words of the Bible. This was most in your Bible, no kind of no credit. On 120 days, now come me expect it to see na a man for the door cano. Say you be who say orani ye juma. Say ye recover ye niama. Ya fan soso. And within 120 days, freedom has been restored to Ghanaians.
In the form of
Obie Kasa. Nobody is chasing anybody.
Yeah.
Under 4 months of NDC, demonstration menu has been sanctioned and carried out without any blockade.
Without oppression.
Ziga, from 2017 to 2020, demonstration bakumpo Omama Namaso or Ghana. Ghanaians only got opportunity to demonstrate in the last years of Akufo-Addo. And no crown.
Yes, it's your
do you get it? Today, ubetime demonstrate and two timisha se me call 3 days every year na wa was me na maka but me nye bio me ye 1 day pe what I say we see but marking scheme no it will be very difficult for you to mark the NDC not based on what Omokanye. There was a contract. And the contract was that Obeye 25, Enema 25, Bino the two and say he will do it within the first 120 days. Who you're fair and objective-minded person now, you would want to mark him or the government based on that 25 promises and our pledges. No, so why yeah, and now on yeah. Do you get it?
Yeah.
25 no. Per member ayi now 18. And no oma deliver. 7 in progress.
Yeah.
Work in progress. And this marking based on this you cannot say 10%, 20%. That means your marking scheme is not a fair marking scheme because we are marking him based on that 25 for any man. Or see, or best.
That's a joke. There are some things that were manifested, but it was not captured in the first 120 days.
You cannot judge them based on that. It is 120 days. Nemana will promise
may deliver.
Or say I will give you 60 ministers.
Yeah.
Why am I 56? For AYÄKA. Surprisingly, nobody is demanding for the remaining 4. What I say? Or say you love the mayor for why we mayor. Well, and others also a matter of law when it comes to law. For instance, the scholarship secretariat,
and a COVID
Omudi Emrano to an eco parliament, na parliament, a jitum, a process.
Yeah.
What I say, and it is ongoing. Say
but that process, and you to me speeding up. For example, e-levy said it also had to go through parliament.
Yes, and a budget statement.
Yes. And so if there's something that
legislation,
good, there's something that. So if there's something that a NDC, I think they would have find a way to. For example, be this COVID a year, almost say VAT, no, temper the VAT, no. It is the deputy finance minister can. And America said, couldn't we have done something a bit more speedy up because
the
COVID,
they are
how we
working.
demonize the COVID levy in the that's what
they could have. They could have done like you are saying, fast tracked the process. But also US, in the case of US, President now office no assign executive fiat. Now or they are revoking. I don't think that in our case it is like that. So we throw until like we say Attorney General na nkobe bo ma na yewe no adwuma na do so won nsa so right oh yewe no oh
I like what you are thinking. I like what you are thinking.
Adwuma na do so e won nsa so na so ye prosecution na so yewe no yewe tete and so but
aside that
I agree sir so mo fast track there nonetheless a work in progress. And based on that, based on
we are the greater makers. So 120 days issue. Last week I said it here on my Ziega stick. And I make us say, a more beer and Kokadia President Mahama and can 120 days. I'm telling you, Bash and Minyaga.
Oh no. But that is not fair because it was but then that social contract. Ziega, see we don't go project team.
I will do it tomorrow
because that thing is there. That projection, the document is there.
But one thing people should understand is a dollar issue. Macarcthy. See a dear politics, you find your politics. People did not vote for NDC. Say dollar no. Yemfa dollar nemra ebia emra efom. Nemum omuto ma NDC say 16.7 enko 20
enko like oh god
enko 20 anase enye me dem say na me
that is what
that's what I understand it. It's about there that's yeah.
Na economy no asay passa to the extent say the average Ghanaian no na fi there like oman ban no ebu amambo no troka say the service is at ma kran kaundi basa because ye bibia na won papa osa but ende corporate duties na perform because of dollar no aboso kan sisi a don't me cry nyama bebre na sisi a omo kasa den omo se den metie minority leader statement be say government is not spending into a only fuel and I for why would such an educated a lawyer and a leader in parliament speak in such a loose manner? No. Is it that he doesn't read, or go for a research team no and provide with empirical facts? As a leader no bet na TV so eka say government and spend $19 no now another school of thought so say because of a trade war between China and America that should rather cause us to lose if you are doing proper analysis. And no nka be cause nka dollar no be fi na akọ 20 no. But this is not about parading ourselves with we have the men, we will arrest the dollar. We have arrested the dollar. The keys in the hands of IGP Dampare. In those statements in the Kosi. And no namode dollar no two say some give me a friend saying aviator or avatar. Dollar no two during MPP time no. A Gani poti in aviator. Him neko. But His Excellency John Dramani Mahama on any finance minister ato forcing ni economic management team no atnase edi hihye atoto akwemu ehu se Ghana fo no enwo kire mo Ghana man no ebo inti no ewo se ye nyama ebetumi ama emamutifo no right etumi enya fahudi enya hoto ama omutumi enya bibi aka oma no ena edi nyama tu in place ende dollar no any seed no pumpe ma seed na enya honden ejina dollar nanim na sisi a mo say ma in fact credit no emma His Excellency John Dramani Mahama any ni team adentia tama ye di platform ni kiti omo no they claim we have the men area boys kromuni nanka ye ena ye omo a nanka ye be organize classes na ya frɛ honorable Atufo say oh bra na be kire yen kwan awfa so na mmum da chi bi no yenya ho akwanya yetumi a practice bi anase kire yen na fa kobu ye fie because they as a party as a party keke no MPP as a party keke no they are saying say omuniska community workers. That means that they are not competent when it comes to running economic and financial affairs, because less than 1 year in opposition you can't pay your workers. You are incompetent when it comes to financial practices. And I'm now you find a whole country on mine, you find shawunsa, now running country need down. No! Suddenly they ain't see that. Now, my main can be concerning the 24-hour economy. No. Who needs a passport office? You launch 24-hour service. That is why the printing room is working 24 hourly. Obika say passport office no edos wo baby ah baby Ghana say you pretty out baby ba ko pe rich passport office no baby omo ye wo any other region bia you printing wo ha say pe even some of the missions you printing wo ha na e dia ko amanoni entino me correct omo on that note. Aside that no, under the NPP DVLA backlog ngofo driver's license Ziega omagide omadi but omo driver's license no into the bia so the paper no call MC after every 3 months and 1 month now they are call normal sign endorse extension omo print card no ye pa mu no na DVLA director say yes ye papa say ye run 24-hour economy na sisi a backlog no too much into no let's run a service sir ebe to me edi 24-hour no aba into motion and almost 30 years. See, I mean, no say backlog no to date. I cleared. Let me actually a message. Obi sending me say your people's last year, eba. Last year. Many man come in my last year. I say I have it. Go ahead. I say your people's licenses are in now. Last year, almost 1 year. Omo your driver's license. Afi This shows that a government that is working has come. Aban papa naba. What I say? Now, ebimu ka say, oh, okay, say 3 shifts, same work. Yes. Won't say a ban of labor laws now. You cannot just rush into putting people in a situation where they would have legal basis to sue you. So nimsa. Ena obia oye ejuma anajo. The working conditions no different from obia oye ejuma ewia. Ena numbre ahomachi. Because even though the member night no, you'll be here for a night allowance. Because that particular time no is naturally not meant for work. It is meant for rest or sleeping. It's no nipa kono be forgo certain things as standing some way into your conditions be I will say satisfy under that employment situation. It's no His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the government decide nyamani na to place so that there will be a review or amendment with issues or legal framework concerning the labor acts. Into all these things no will process. Say ni na say jumani na be si wia afi de mo be hu sa 3 shifts no with one work no e be ba be den e be to ho omumu hu. But yen ka say ye twen because there are other places I was say omo starting process no 18 na ya den ya start. Aside that no, let's not forget say aban no ka say obesa so provide facility and I say input sir. Private individuals, some person mo 24-hour service so menya. Ti say sisi ayeti Kesben high. Kesben mo person mo 24-hour radio service and TV service ah. Mo wet me atura ko Ghana police service.
Me say 24-hour no o kan say President Mahama fa an kan she 120 days nim nemum enkofo a say 24-hour economy no implement here no and I will try the quality.
Yes, at the quality
because for 40 yes, because we are discussing 120 days which the 24-hour economy
and count even dollar issue no kra and count but osan say oh yeah odi osi eyo ninti no why then oh yeah no asaso aye e manabro so ono onye huhu onye hyehe o me promise no mfeli throughout Akufo-Addo ni 8 years no o promise one district $1 million and one constituency $1 million one constituency $1 million yet krom we na dollar no etu hum kire me $1 million for one constituency o de momo kire me o be promise say one district one factory o de kire me district no wen factories no wen one village one dam but dam back 10 ex-president Akufo-Addo constructed Ghana has it, but 10 dams. Ex-president. Okay. It is how we know the only dams are who Ghana has it, and the Akufo-Addo regime and say crown yesisini na air potholes I gather water. Okay. What I say?
All right.
Mami because he can 120 days.
Read facha me pa. Eduma no de why ni na obi ahia bibia bim. Because ye ni na ese ka na sa afi say ye kasa 120 days now. A normal man penny cast will be 120 days no. Now 24-hour economy ne enka ho. It's almost busa said the 24-hour economy ne o man penny implement here no and ye chiri mu akere nkofo say ne enka ho so they should understand it. It the what can is enough. What can a lot and I do appreciate that. But it that me dey ka kira no. Nyame adomo akwasiada fa o ma me bra.
So sometimes me to one man bisa me ho say journalists of Mukurumano, majority of them no. If I eno muko journalism school, GJ no muko no wahi. Ghana Journalism Association says sukuno, and I say, mo can say mo dimbi omodimano. Minim baby omuko omodie ebinum because it is as if you say ebinum a political callous. Almost a political party atade. Our martinum in the name of neutrality. Neutrality. Omo HM1. Omo ni MPP, omo ni NDC, omo ni CPP, omo ni UP. Omo aye neutral. Omo aye neutral. But omo kasa ye any the kind of hoster deliver on various political shows, and I say various political platforms, It depicts and it signifies say empo enkomo ka so mo party bia enke boaye suban ne omo niye a omo denedi ewo amanyosem mpense program bi so no ayana. It is so alarming. She said the Ziega, how he has been interrupted Charles Macarcthy on his submission ever CD to the dollar ratio. Even see a year afenyo marking. Afenyo marking no sahini ya ose omunfenyo ka hwe hawa na Ziega o take asem na. It is as if say Ziega person taking to some level bia sebi. It doesn't make sense. Abusiafo, it's really sad. Sometimes what na se na obisa ho na uhwe de kwa, you begin to ask yourself, Ghana na ye chichire no sebi enkofo bi no interest any se Ghana mfeli ana, because si enye leader papa na oye adwumaden a obi ebo na baso a na eye presenter bi ya dollar sense me MPP for mpesa omo be admit say the doings of John Mahama Atuforcing and the Bank of Ghana governor and the entire NDC government and omo sad no. But omo pesa omo kire say omo ba ya galamsey yenyan stop ye ne de. They want to say NDC boom and omo stop galamsey. What kind of logic is that? Sebi me ameti hoyi me ye adwuma na menye sika o se me mfa mbra me koso na menya ka o se me mfa. Do you really want me to succeed? Open me here now. No. I will say NDC for they should know their enemies in journalism and boycott that kind of TV stations and radio stations. And I say that show Ebiana TV station ni there. Obiye good work, obiye non-partisan. But some particular show be to say okopie wa asempa. Ekosi senya obi nini panyini omanhene asante. The most annoyed and the most hypocrite journalist ewo sa show ni so. You get me right? NDC4 should learn from boycotting from all these platforms. And comedian I support this idea, but it is as if these people always want the downfall of NDC. Peace FM, they were doing the same thing, and even now they are doing it. Cardinal and AYÄKA nano sebi papa yini bia or NDC ni. I was explaining him how the turbidity of water, the rivers about Galamsey and Esiako, na AYÄKA adding the tribal, adding the party emotionally or the can't cross so papa. Papa di any breaker so yes I won't ye fair na AROSM. These are the shows NDC needs to boycott, because they will never add any value to their governance. Neither they would add any value to their reputation. They only disgrace and tarnish their image. They thought say they are not working for Sabia abino near Mapo and Bonabaso. They are always opposing the government. Either the government does good thing or does bad thing. They are always opposing them. Enka Nanswo Ben, $1. dollar ko 17 and aba bidru 10 Kobrani say still na NDC for no my dear politics in of Ghana Hassan say a hatred politics and I say a dishonest politics we say ya mega out honoma and I say bega mo honoma you want me to speak good about you I will always say MPP will be in opposition for a decade because their style of communication that brought them to opposition, they have even matured in it and now they are mastering in it and it is sad. That is why they are not going to win 2028 election. Take it from me. Neither they will win Macarcthy and NDC for you don't want people for betting opposition at it. Because we are gradually seeing the difference between the NDC and the MPP. Whenever one of them is in government or is having the power, and then you want MPP for, you want NDC for, yeah, feel gadochi, yeah, shall I do a comment session in Yanko Ponshiro, Macron, bye bye.